In this lecture, we're going to explore one more feature for loops called a for-each loop. So far, we've been performing a loop based on a condition. We're not limited to conditions. In some cases, we may need to loop through an array. It's a very common practice. PHP offers the for-each loop for this specific purpose. Let's give it a try. First, let's create an array. In the script, clear the contents of the file. Next, define an array called names. Inside this array, add a list of random names. Lastly, add the foreach keyword with a pair of parentheses and curly brackets. Our goal is to loop through each item in the array. During each iteration, we'll output the name. The foreach keyword accepts a specific format. Type the following: names as name. First, we must provide the array. Afterward, we can use the as keyword to create a reference for each item in the array. As PHP loops through the items in the array, the current item in the iteration will be stored in the variable after the as keyword. It's common practice to use the plural version of a word when defining arrays. Items in an array use the singular form of a word. You don't have to follow this practice, but it's commonly adopted among developers. PHP handles going through each item in the array. Inside the loop, let's call the variable dump function with the name variable. All three items from the array are listed. PHP goes through each item from first to last. Overall, the foreach loop makes it easy to loop through items in the array. There are a few things I want to mention. Sometimes you may want to grab the key of the item in the array. It's completely optional to grab this information from the current iteration. In the parentheses, let's update the expression by adding the following after the as keyword: key equals greater than. The syntax is similar to associative arrays. To the left of the arrow, we must provide a variable for storing the key of the item. You don't have to use these variable names. You can use whatever name you'd like. Generally, developers will use the word key for clarity. Inside our function, call the variable dump function with the key variable. Looking at the preview, the key is accessible via the variable. This concludes our discussion on loops. So far, we've explored 4 features for writing loops. PHP offers us the power to loop through an array or to write a condition to power the loop. Hopefully, it's clear why you would use each loop.